Oh, fancy
London,
meeting you all
England,
here.
Islington Assembly Hall. Let's fucking go. All right, so like I said, in the first act, we talked a little bit about England as a country, our experience here, and some of the fish-faced freaks that are contending for the Tory leadership. But a big part of our show is, of course, making fun of figures in the media. Oh, thank you, sir.
All right.
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent.
Thanks, man.
That's a Tory mum's recipe for the perfect British society.
Just a dash of PCP, love.
But of course, the media is also another big part of what we do and talk about. And I've mentioned it on the show before. The UK has a uniquely diseased media culture that honestly makes ours look good.
Well, no. Let's be clear here. Ours is stupider. Yours is way more evil. And also, apparently, 1/3 of your GDP is Guardian op-ed writers. So,
Yes.
The main
how is that economically sustainable?
The main difference between the two places is our old people never get to quit Walmart. They just fucking die on their feet there. Mm-hmm. Whereas for you guys, that's the news. They just work at the news till they die for some reason.
No, but Amber's point is exactly right. Some of them are evil, but the average American journalist, largely due to the film All the President's Men, think they're the good guys. Whereas the average British journalist, maybe it's they're more self-aware, but the fact of the matter is they know they're evil, they know what they do is evil, and they won't stop doing it because they like being evil. So I've selected for you. We have a hard out at 11:25, so I'm going to try to do all of these guys. There's lots to get through. This is by no means comprehensive. I cannot possibly get through all of the absolute slugs that festoon the corpse of this country.
There's too many. You replaced the mining industry with op-ed writers.
So these are just a few, a mere sampling of the people that have sort of pierced the membrane of my consciousness from all the way across the Atlantic and perturbed me just even to this day. So let's begin our countdown with, let's bring that first guy up, Nick Cohen.
Oh,
Nick
dear.
Cohen. Okay, what can I say about this guy other than... What can I say about Nick Cohen other than I've met him before? I've met him before at my house. In fact, he's there right now.
Nick, this picture is going to go on all your articles. Could you just eat every single thing you're allergic to?
I don't care for how the eyes follow you.
Seriously, do you people chew polonium for recreation? Why do they look like this?
Just taking a quick chemotherapy bath before my author photo. He doesn't actually have cancer, right?
I hope not. But Nick Cohen is sort of the template for almost all of these guys, because he is a, here's a perfect example. He wrote an article for The Guardian called 10 Years On, the case for invading Iraq is still valid. He's a guy who has been wrong about everything his entire career, and the more wrong he gets, the more powerful he gets. He absorbs the energy and just spits it back out in an even smugger way.
He's Dark Paul Mason.
Absolutely. And it's just, and now he has become just a textbook anti-Jeremy Corbyn hysteric who has just, pushed all his chips in on this, Jeremy Corbyn is an anti-Semite stuff, which is, I'm not going to comment too much on that. I know how I feel. This is your country. You can figure it out for yourself. But
Good fucking luck.
But all I'll say is, just consider who's telling you that Jeremy Corbyn is anti-Semitic. For instance, Nick Cohen writes for an outfit called The Spectator, which features op-eds by a guy named George Takei. Today, of course, is the anniversary of the Normandy invasion. I'm not bullshitting you. Spectator ran a column by Takei called D-Day. Let's take a look at the other side. in which he argued, he said, don't believe the hype. The real heroes of D-Day were the guys in the pillboxes.
That is a spicy take. I will give him that.
I mean, okay, I would say that the real heroes were the guard tower fallers.
On this Jeremy Corbyn thing, I have to admit I'm a bit confused. I'm not certain why all of these people are saying Jeremy Corbyn is an anti-Semite. Is it because he wants the trains to work?
Well, we're never playing France or Germany ever again.
So, Nick Cohen, again, like, even next to Robert Blake, I don't know which one is which, or who's killed more people in real life.
Parody.
Robert Blake actually did kill someone in real life.
All right. Allegedly. Allegedly by the judge and the
Allegedly.
jury.
I mean, he was acquitted in a court of law, so you'll be seeing his attorneys.
Well, it's an open question, is what I'm saying. So let's see. Is there someone else, though, who's maybe like a little bit less grotesque than Nick Cohen that I could look at right now? Who we got here? Oh, no. Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait, no. It's actually much, much worse.
I thought we left the sexy times behind in Berlin.
This is the beginning of a pattern here. Every British pundit who's a man poses nude at one point in their life.
yeah,
Hitchens
this is a huge thing over here. In America, when we have a guy who's like, whoa, you can't say that guy, their default photo shoot is them with duct tape over their mouth, and they're like, oh, what the hell am I going to say next? But here, your thing for those guys is like, yeah, just show us your cock, dude.
My favorite thing about Toby Young, though, I mean, like, he sort of fits into the template. It's similar to Nick Cohen in that, I guess it's like a classic British thing, but it's also a classic posting, like, online Twitter guy thing of thinking that when literally everyone around you, friends, relatives, and complete strangers, calls you a fucking wanker and a complete asshole, and everyone hates you, it means that you must be doing something right because you're so smart that everybody can't stand to be around you. And in fact, it's actually a form of persecution to be loathed by everyone. My favorite thing about Toby Young, though, is for some fucking reason, you put this fucking Muppet in charge of your schools. He was put in some sort of like educational czar ministry position to enforce sort of standards, meritocratic standards against encroaching, PC, lackadaisical attitudes.
Well, they removed him, though, because this was taken in a school library. You do have a problem with that over here.
So he's essentially, and now he's currently the British editor of Quillet, which is another unbearable fucking. There's too many magazines. Too many magazines. Let's get rid of a couple.
New rule.
New rule. But no, what I love is like he's enforcing meritocratic standards in education, despite the fact that he's a fucking dunce whose dad got him into university with a phone call. This is just on his Wikipedia page. It just said here. Young was educated at Creighton School, now Fortismere School, Muswell...
Yeah, when a school has to change its name, it's not a good sign.
Muswell Hill and King Edward VI Community College, Totnes. He left school at 16, having failed all but one of his O-levels and a C...
Oh, no, he failed his O-levels.
We don't know what any of these words mean at all.
No.
What about his Q levels?
He failed his test about the band O-Town.
Young claims he got into Oxford University, Brass Nose College. Fuck this stupid name. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we're going to go through that entire paragraph. Yeah. Oh, he failed his dragoon exam. What a fucking moron.
I think it's great that everything in England is named by a inbred man dying of a stroke. I think that's cool.
So it says here, Young claims he was sent an acceptance letter by mistake, as well as a letter of rejection from the admissions tutor, Harry Judge. In an article he wrote, again, for The Spectator, He stated that his father phoned Judge to clarify the situation. What is this? Felicity Huffman? Lori Loughlin again? They're stealing education over here. But hilariously, he lost his job as education and meritocratic education czar when it came out that he attended a secret conference of eugenics believers and supporters.
Yeah, when he wasn't even invited to the cabinet meeting.
Mostly surprising that they ever keep it secret.
He wrote an article for an Australian magazine called Quadrant, in which he advocated
Referring
for
to brain quadrants.
in which he advocated for what he termed progressive eugenics. He proposed that when the technology for genetically engineered intelligence is practical, it should be allowable. It's like, he's just like, please make me smart, science. Here's my favorite part about Toby Young, though. He was a member of an exclusive London club called the Groucho Club, and then got kicked out of it when he bragged to everyone that all they do is sniff blow. It was like the whole part of being in this secret depraved club is that you don't just tell everyone that you're in it and you're just sniffing K and Coke and fucking doing God knows what else.
Well, he didn't want to be a member of the Groucho Club because they wanted him as a member.
Woo! Riff of the week. Amazon gift card goes to Virgil, Texas. And then also my favorite thing, he wrote another article for The Spectator about after he lost all of his jobs, no one invites him to Christmas anymore. And he's just saying, usually my schedule is chalked with nativity plays and caroling, but this year I've gotten not a single invitation. Oh, poor Toby. No Christmas for junkies.
I just still, though, how do you let your, messy bitch fucking Facebook post go up in a major newspaper? What is publishing in this country?
I mean, most Facebook disputes are way more interesting than this. No one stole each other's headphones. No one, at least raises their damn kids. This is just he wants to go wassailing. This fucking sucks.
So that's, and also, Matt, what was the Toby Young connection to America?
Yeah, well, the only thing I know about him is that he was a judge for one season of Top Chef in the United States.
Right, because the British are known for their cuisine.
Exactly. Because they needed a guy who was going to deliver spicy comedy takes because Anthony Bourdain...
Because the British are so spicy.
Exactly. He was stopping being honest, so they needed somebody to fill the space of doing hilarious comedy critiques. And he was eating a dish, and he says, "This escarole is quite spicy. You might even call it Pablo escarole."
And then we
he's got
deported
15
him.
veins popping in his forehead, just sweating bullets on how hard he worked on that, and just nothing. And then they fired him at the end of the season, and he said, "Americans just cannot understand dry British humor." Not, dude, you sucked.